Hey, Gemini, this is a reading for you for the month of October. Let me start by doing this. Let me start by doing this. Let me start by doing this. Okay, so I have here a fluorite, a blue and purple fluorite. It's absolutely gorgeous. Very difficult to find a fluorite this clear and with purple in it. Um, what am I seeing for you, Gemini? I'm looking at you with legal counsel, you with a lawyer, you near a person who is going to counsel you on something, whether it's to buy a house, whether it's to separate, whether it's to sell a home, but there is a you're thinking about talking to a legal consultant, consultant, and um, what you are really interested in is not really suing someone, or you just want to know what would happen if. What would happen if I did this? What would happen if I did that? And it's quite interesting to see because you're very light, there's no burden, there's no I don't know what I'm doing, I can't. No, you're very, very light, and you're there just because you want to have some, it's out of the ordinary, it's not something that you usually do. Now, what I also am seeing is that there is both a man and a woman involved. Other than you, there's a man and a woman involved who are with you as if they were relatives, either a sister and their husband, a brother and his wife, or partners, and nonetheless, but there are two, a man and a woman, could be a daughter, son, but there are other two. Now, beyond that, there is something that I'm looking at. There's a lot of vehicles, motor vehicles. I'm seeing you as if you were traveling to a place where you're looking at billboards, okay, and it's sort of a trip that you do regularly, and the interesting thing about it is that you get sort of inspiration from something that you see as you drive, and that gives you a clue as in terms of what you should be doing, or how you're going to deal with something this month. Other people in your life, other people that will revolve around you in this crazy air in this month of October are, I see many women. I see a lot of women, both younger and older than you, whether you're a male or female. I see that they're prominent. I see that they're around you, they're interested in communicating with you. They may be family, friends, or significant others, but I see that a lot of women around you. Um, Also, there's beyond the element of the car and traveling and the billboards. I also see you in a place where there's food, a lot of food. It's not a supermarket, okay? It's not a super. It's outdoor. It's an outdoor market, but it's not a supermarket. And again, it's as if you're looking for some form of intuition to strike, the light bulb to go over your head, something that will give you some kind of creative burst. Now, let me start by giving you a card from this deck, which is the Lemurian Star Child Oracle. And they're huge cards. And what I'll do is take one and show you, of course. There it is. La 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 la. Difficult to see, but it says know yourself. I should put it over my head. Know yourself. And it says meditate. Who am I? Who am I? The veil is lifting and opening. All right. So now we saw that you were looking and seeking for some form of inspiration. All right. And this, it's as if, either you're working with marketing, or you're working on a plan, or you have something that you want to do, but you're stuck. You're stuck, and you're trying to get inspiration from anywhere. And this causes you to ask yourself questions of the kind, well, what am I doing? Who am I really? So it's not a depression. It's just a lot of questions that you're asking yourself. And now I have the runes here with me, and I'm going to take a few of those runes. 2. Whoa, 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 whoa. We have Anzus here, the lighting today. Gee, Anzus. Anzus is Merkstave. Anzus is Merkstave. And Anzus is all about oral communication. It's all about oral communication, words, wisdom. That is not there this month, as if you're still looking, but you don't get the intuition. You don't get those little bits of inspiration that you would like. Now, usually when this comes out, I have to check the nearby runes to see what it pertains to. And right with that has come out Soilo, the sun, Soilo. And of course, Soilo is what we always want to see. It's victory, it's great power, it's success. It is inspiration you're looking for in terms of a possible future success that you're banking on. And since I'm saying banking on, there is money involved, and there is quite a bit riding on that. That's why you're spending a lot of time with it. So I'm going to take these beautiful Celtic Fairies tarot, the tarot of the Celtic Fairies, and I'll pull 3 for you, and then we'll start to look at that. After very cold weather in Rome, rain, then cold, really cold, 30 degrees less. The sun has come out today. It's a nice day, but it's still cool. So we have, for all intents and purposes, entered the fall. This is the Northern Hemisphere, and this is the fall season. Let's see what these cards have to say to me. What are they saying to me? All right, now, the first, the second, the third. This is the 3 of Swords. All right, this is the 3 of Swords. Yeah, 3 of Swords, the 8 of Wands. And then we have the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful World card. All right, now, what is this 3 of Swords all about? As they have come out, these two, the 3 of Swords and the World, mirror each other. And there is, this tells me that something involving travel, something involving movement, something involving a closure of a project, a cycle, something that you have started is lacking. It just didn't come out. It just didn't happen. Why? Well, there's this 8 of Wands. Now, the 8 of Wands is a very, very fast card, and you are complaining about the speed at which things are occurring. Let me take the vera sibilla here and get more information. I also see fire here. I'm also seeing fire, as if, Gemini, you are involved with a fire sign, or you are literally the word fire. Okay, not only the image, but the word fire, as if either you have been fired on furlough, you have fired somebody, but I'm seeing fired and fire as in terms of passion. That is you are all fired up. You are fired up, and it has a double-edged sword. There's a positive side and a negative side. The positive side, of course, is the passion that you have in terms of your activity in the project, whatever you are working on now. And the negative side is the answer, the response that hasn't come in the way you would have liked. So you're waiting, you're still waiting. Your expectations were higher. The vera sibilla, let's take 3 of those. 1, 2, and 3 from the top of the desk, just like the tarot from the top of the deck. And I've got sacerdote, the priest. See the clouds in the back there. Fedeltà, fidelity. And messaggero, messenger. Very interesting. Look, the priest is a priest who is somewhat a bigot. All right, this card is somewhat a bigot who hides things and is not open. All right. Now, fidelity is pointing to that priest. And this idea of fidelity is at stake for many of you, Gemini. A person, remember the lawyers that I saw in the beginning of the reading that you were involved with? Many of you may be undergoing a separation. Then there's communication. There is this messaggero, the messenger. You will be receiving information, documents in relation to something that has challenged your trust, whether it was a female, a male, a significant other, a house that was supposed to be sold, but it wasn't because something went wrong. But you trusted the person who was involved with selling the house. You trusted the person who was going to buy the house, and your trust was challenged. Okay. Now take the runes again, and what's added to this fire here? I do definitely see a house. I do see a house. It's as if Gemini, the challenge and the challenge to your trust has to do also with a place where you were living or are living with someone that will be changing. Either you will be moving, they will be moving, the couple will no longer be together, or you're changing residences. And it's interesting to note that the fire and the house, you ever play that game Scissors, Rock, or whatever? I don't know what the name is, but I know the game. There, for you, it's house, fire, trust. House, fire, trust. It's house, fire, trust. And, it's, you don't want the trust. You would even forego the house, but you wanted the trust. And that was your greatest fear. That was your greatest disservice from someone on behalf of someone else to you. Got another rune here, which is Algits. When we talk about house, look at this. This is looks like a tree. Algits is a rune that is talks about a very fortunate new influence in your life, Gemini, coming in. A fortunate new influence in your life, a friendship, which you really, really want to, someone that you can trust, the friend, remember? This is something that you need to come into your life so it can boost that lack of trust that you were experiencing. Algits also is a very protective rune. With Algits, you have the notion that, okay, I'm waiting for a legal settlement. I'm not worried. I'm not worried that much because it will come. Now, I'm going to take three tarot from under the deck. And I've got, as it has come out like this, the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. The sun. And this is really, really very interesting because Soilo is the sun. and both suns have come out. So, that we're talking about the third week of October here, towards the end of the month, the beginning of the fourth week of October. And we start seeing light at the end of the tunnel, and we start seeing an opening for us. And the last card is the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is a card that's going to keep us with our feet on the ground. Keep us with our feet on the ground in relation to something that you thought was a done deal and you were starting to despair. But the Seven of Cups, together with the Three of Wands, is telling you you're going all which way. Don't go looking for a lawyer, an Indian chief, a doctor. Just wait, and you will see that Algids, together with Soilo and the sun, are going to be working in your favor. And at the end of October is when you're really going to start feeling this lightening spirit. You're going to you're going to be lightened up. I'm going to take now the oracle card from the bottom of the deck, and we're getting to another level now. Okay, we're getting into a spiritual level here. This is a cosmic, I hope you can see that, cosmic circles. Cosmic circles create sacred space, embrace unlimited possibilities. Why do well, the card has come out. It's not why I am saying it, but what does this mean for you, Gemini? It asks you to remove yourself from the mundane, the lawyers, the fire, the house, the, trust. Remove yourself from the mundane and create a space that only you can be trusted. Trust. It is sacred. Why is it called a sacred space? Nothing can ruin that space for you because it is there precisely for you. It's where you will use it to meditate and to become accustomed to what it means to truly reach your soul. Many people say, well, then what is a soul? Soul is our consciousness, right? They say, our soul is consciousness. Well, what is consciousness? And then there's like a discussion, like a cat that's biting its tail. It goes round and round and no one understands. Now, our consciousness, you start to think, well, it's our thoughts, right? It's what we believe, what we deep down in our gut, we could say, in our heart of hearts, in our gut. But when we say soul, we know that it goes beyond the body, right? It goes beyond the body. Here it talks about embracing unlimited possibilities. It's inviting you, this oracle card, Gemini, to remove yourself from the mundane and put your gaze at a different level, seeing things differently, seeing different things, not seeing things differently. I'm not talking about the hanged man that turns around and says, look, try another perspective. No, I'm seeing here a suggestion to you from this oracle. This is the third card. This is card number 3 from the oracle deck. There are about 88 cards. It's a huge oracle deck. It's telling you that it's time to travel into a space, dimension of time, and into a space that is not as heavy as our third dimension. How do we do that? Everyone asks. Okay, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? From the middle of the deck, I'm taking 3 cards. We've got the star. The star. We've got the star. We've got the moon. The star and the moon. The star and the moon, and the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the star is an Aquarius card. You may have an Aquarius in your life, just like I talked about fire before. I wasn't mentioning the fire signs. There might be a fire sign, but this is specifically an Aquarius in your life. And the moon card is a Pisces. These, remember I said there was a man, I see a man and a woman. These might very well represent them, a Pisces and an Aquarius that you know in your life. And the Queen of Pentacles is a queen who, an earth sign, of course, but I see it more as an energy, the energy of taking your time. 1, 2, 3, very slowly. When you're walking, have your heel, then your toes, your heel, then your toes, your heel, then your toes, one and the other, just as if you were walking on sand. Because now is a time when you have to become more aware. You have to be mindfulness, that word that's so popular today. You can call it mindfulness. You can say it's consciousness. You can say that you have to be more aware, being aware of. Being aware, though, of the cosmic level. It's easy. I will say this, you may not believe it. It's easy to be aware of something when we see it in front of us. We go and pay for our bills. We have to get our tires changed. We have to do this and that. We're aware of that. We see it. We touch it. Of course, the speed with which we live so quickly today, many just zip by. I do things so quickly, I don't even remember that I did them. So I really literally have to put rocks in my pockets to know, that I have to stop, look, and listen and meditate. But in this case, Gemini, I'm seeing it that at October is as if it is a passage. It's only a one moment that this strange series of events is hitting you, and it's having that reaction in you, because it changes completely in November. Completely. The house, fire and trust. Inspiration, looking for inspiration in the house, in fire, and in trust. I mean, this is something, they're symbols, all right? And what are symbols? We're giving you definitions, what's consciousness, what's soul. Symbols bring us to another dimension as well, a mind dimension, a metaphorical dimension. We know that there are archetypes, for example, and archetypes are ingrained understandings that we have grown with. For example, the mother as an archetype. The mother, if you say mother, you know what it means. Everyone knows what a mother is. Of course, there are so many different kinds of mother. There's the Iron Maiden, there's the evil mother, and there is the goddess mother. There's so many. Just like archetypes, you have symbols, and symbols for you, like fire. It means one thing and one thing alone, trust. It means we know what trust is. A house, we know what a house is. These are 3 symbols that are going to be extremely important for you this month. And you're looking for inspiration. I do hope this was of help to you, Gemini. Like, share, and subscribe to my videos. I would appreciate it. I would love it. And namaste. Push that notification button and you'll know when I come online and when I'm going to upload my videos. Bye-bye.